For thousands of years, global commerce was anchored to a grueling physical reality. A currency's value was strictly dictated by its actual weight in metal. In the 9th century, the Tang dynasty pushed this system to a breaking point. A strict tax reform demanded that all payments be made in physical copper coins, triggering a massive copper shortage. To conduct even basic long-distance trade, merchants were forced to haul thousands of individual coins over vast distances, strung together on heavy cords. This physical exhaustion threatened to suffocate the entire imperial economy. The sheer weight of wealth was choking long-distance trade. 8 centuries later, 17th century Sweden faced the exact same physical crisis, but with a different metal. They introduced thick copper plates, known as plåtar, as their standard currency. To make everyday purchases, citizens faced an agonizing exchange rate. A single standard silver dollar required handing over 3 massive copper slabs. Despite being separated by continents and centuries, both booming economies hit the exact same physical wall. A logistical workaround to metal was desperately required to prevent economic stagnation. In China, tea merchants invented a brilliant workaround to bypass the grueling transportation of metal. They called it feiqian, or flying cash. By 1661, Sweden utilized the same concept. Johan Palmstruch's Stockholm's Banco issued Europe's first creditive sedlar to relieve citizens of their heavy copper plates. The mechanism was simple. Merchants deposited heavy metal at a local office for a lightweight paper receipt, redeeming it at their destination. But human behavior shifted. Merchants realized they could save time by trading the receipts directly as payment, skipping the metal withdrawal entirely. By trading receipts instead of heavy coins, merchants accidentally birthed a new financial system. Trust in the institution effectively replaced the physical presence of metal. The Ming dynasty seized this paper system for the state, stripping control from merchants and monopolizing currency issuance in 1375. They introduced the Great Ming Treasure Note, the world's first true fiat currency, money backed by no physical reserves. To ease the transition, the government printed illustrations of old physical coin strings directly onto the paper, anchoring the weightless notes to familiar intrinsic value. Because paper is practically free to manufacture, the government severed the economy's anchor to physical reality, allowing for the issuance of notes without limit. The Ming dynasty relentlessly printed paper money to pay state bills without retiring old notes. The consequence was catastrophic hyperinflation. This chart tracks the purchasing power of 1 yuan of Ming paper money. After its introduction in 1375, its value plummeted, crashing to near zero by 1535. The empire was forced to abandon paper entirely. The paper notes became so worthless that centuries later, laborers found massive bales buried inside the walls of Beijing, used as mere construction filler. In Sweden, Johan Palmstruch fell into the same trap. He overissued notes until his bank collapsed, earning him public outrage and a death sentence. Unchecked printing destroyed public trust. It punished both economies and violently forced society back to the logistics of barter and physical metal. In the aftermath, Sweden formed a new bank, the Riksbank Standards Bank. Fearing a repeat of the Palmstruch disaster, they initially banned paper notes. Society refused to return to hauling heavy copper. The bank was forced to sneak paper money back into circulation, disguising notes as written deposit receipts. Authorities used official signatures and strict legal language to prevent citizens from trading them. The public ignored the rules. Paper money solved the physical crisis of weight, but it birthed a permanent psychological vulnerability. Ming China and 17th century Sweden reveal that modern money is a fragile illusion of trust. When that trust breaks, paper is worth less than ink.